Never gonna stand a chance. Heartbreak like a sad romance. Said that you never come back again. Been 3 days, now you're back again. But I'm not your man, no I'm not your man. I can blow your mind like whoa. Drop top and off we go.
Hey guys, it's Genevieve. Welcome to or back to my channel. I am back this week. I took a week off because I had a dance competition and I was like practicing all week, and I just really needed to devote myself to my solos so that when I competed I was all ready and in a good headspace. I was still very stressed, but the competition went pretty well. But now I'm back and I want to talk about all of these superfoods that I use and how I use them, what they do, all that kind of stuff. Happy Soul Sunday. I hope you are doing some self-care, making some tea, watching your favorite show, talking with a friend, anything that is going to put you in a good headspace and start your week off in the right way. I first want to just clarify that this list is not going to include the like more common ingredients, things like dark leafy greens, berries, grains, stuff like that that are very good for you. But these other ingredients, they're more or less just to enhance my healthy lifestyle. They're not necessarily a cure-all. I'm not saying that these are going to solve all of your health issues. Obviously, I don't think there is any harm in a more holistic approach to health and wellness. But if you do have a serious issue, don't rely on superfoods. Go to a doctor, that kind of stuff. I just feel like I have to say that. But yeah, without further ado, let's get on to the superfoods. So the first one is definitely probably one of the weirdest ones. I'm starting off really strong. This is spirulina. It is an algae. It is actually a blue-green algae, and it tastes like an algae. This is definitely a superfood that you are not buying for flavor purposes. You are definitely just buying it for the health benefits. It's loaded with antioxidants, protein. Spirulina is one of the highest protein sources per gram in the plant-based world. So it's a really great source of protein for people who are vegan or vegetarian, just anyone looking to up their protein intake if you can handle the flavor. This is a really good option. It has tons of nutrients and B vitamins. It also has a good amount of vitamin E, so it can prevent things like low blood sugar and anemia. So this thing is super good. I always like to add just like a teaspoon of it into a smoothie or a smoothie bowl. I know some people can just mix it in with water and drink it, and I just cannot stomach that. It is literally like drinking a pond. So I highly recommend adding it into something that has some other food in it, like banana or mango, something that's really flavorful and it's going to overpower the taste of algae. Honestly, you do really get used to it. I honestly can tolerate it so much more than I used to. So definitely recommend that if you are just trying it out. And one last thing I will say about spirulina is that because it is obviously a plant, it's an algae, it has chlorophyll in it, and chlorophyll is actually really good for your skin. So I found that every time I have spirulina for like, you know, over the course of like a week, my skin will gradually get clearer. This next ingredient is not in a very aesthetic package like what I have some of the other stuff in, but there's only actually a little bit left in here, so I didn't want to like put it in a jar just for the sake of like making it look cute. Anyway, this is yellow maca powder. It is a root native to Peru, and it has kind of like a salted caramel or like toffee flavor. So I always like to add this in when I'm making like my salted caramel smoothie bowls or smoothies. Loaded with tons of vitamins and minerals such as vitamin C, copper, iron, and some amounts of potassium, manganese, and vitamin B6. That was a lot, so I just had to read it off my laptop, but this guy is really, really good for balancing hormones as well. So in turn, that also can help clear your skin. Next is the ingredient that literally everyone is talking about right now, and that is matcha. I feel like matcha over the years has just become so much more popular. First off, it tastes amazing. I always love making matcha lattes. It is like my go-to drink in the morning. I just feel like it gives me a little like caffeine boost, but it's not the same as like having a coffee, because coffee just, I've just determined it completely messes with my body. Like, it tastes really good, but it's just not worth the crash that I get in the middle of the day, and I don't want to like be dependent on something. So matcha was like a really good replacement for me, and also I just love the flavor. So other than that, one of the main selling points for matcha is that it is loaded with antioxidants. It actually has been shown to improve liver health, heart health, and also cognitive function, which is just really cool. And obviously because it's a plant, it's green, green, it has chlorophyll in it, so it's also good for your skin. Next, I have cacao powder and cacao nibs. I feel like someone's probably gonna roast me on the pronunciation of cacao, but like, I honestly, is it cocoa? Is it cacao? I don't know. I've heard it both ways so many times, so I'm just gonna say cacao because that's what my family says, that's what I think it is. As we all know, cacao tastes amazing. Chocolate is just a really good flavor. The things that you could use cacao powder for literally are endless. As for the cacao nibs, these are a little bit less versatile. I typically just top these on like a smoothie bowl, or like I'll add it into like a fruit and nut mix, or on top of banana pancakes. They're really good. But the main thing that I want to say about cacao is that it actually has more calcium than cow's milk. The good thing about the calcium from cacao is that our bodies can actually absorb it better, because something that happens when humans consume cow's milk is that it actually has an acidic reaction in our body, which I know sounds weird. If you know anything about like milk and the pH of it, it's technically basic, but in our bodies it has an acidic reaction. I don't know how else to explain it other than that, but you can do your own research obviously. But what happens during this acidic reaction is that cow's milk actually leaches calcium phosphate from our bones. If you look at the countries with the highest milk consumption and compare that to the countries with the highest cases of osteoporosis, they're the same in the exact same order. So if that tells you anything, you know, take with that what you will. It's also packed with loads of iron, magnesium, and antioxidants. So the next superfood I'm going to talk about is this Bloom beetroot blend. The main ingredient that I'm going to be talking about is the beetroot powder, but this does have some other ingredients in it, like other spices like cinnamon, clove, ginger, that kind of stuff, because typically I make this into beetroot lattes. But the beetroot powder has been shown to improve your heart health, your liver health, improve your stamina, and even balance your blood pressure. Okay, normally I keep these chia seeds in the fridge, so the glass is a little bit sweaty, but we're just not going to talk about that. After I'm done filming, this will definitely be going back in the fridge. But anyway, these are chia seeds. You guys have probably all heard of chia seeds before. They're a really good source of plant-based omegas, specifically omega-3. It also has potassium, calcium, magnesium, protein, and iron. I just put this on top of smoothies or in smoothies, on top of oatmeal, in oatmeal. They're also really good for baking because you can make a vegan egg replacement, so you can make a little chia egg. Next, I'm going to talk about hemp seeds. These are so versatile. You can put them on top of salads, on top of smoothie bowls, in smoothies, on top of coconut yogurt bowls. They're really good. You can literally put them on anything and it will taste great. But the cool thing about hemp seeds is that they have the perfect balance of fatty acids, which makes them great for preventing things like heart disease, dementia, and diabetes. They're a good source of protein, phosphorus, vitamin E, calcium, iron, and zinc, so they're super good for you and really easy to incorporate. Next is also not in a very aesthetic package, but ground flax seeds, your body can actually take the nutrients out of better because they're already ground up. They can also be used as a vegan egg replacement. Similar to the chia seeds, you just mix a few tablespoons in with some water and then they form a gel-like consistency. I've found flax seeds to be the best vegan egg in terms of baking and stuff. So definitely if you are trying to go vegan, get some ground flax seeds if you do some baking. But on a daily basis, I like to add this into my oatmeal or my smoothies, smoothie bowls, all that kind of stuff. Flax seeds are really great for digestion because they are super high in fiber. They have loads of omega-3 and vitamin B1. Super good for you, and again, super easy to incorporate, and you can find these pretty much at any health food store. Just like the beetroot blend that I showed you guys earlier, I have a turmeric blend. So this is of course for making turmeric lattes. I've actually also made a turmeric latte smoothie bowl, which tasted phenomenal. If you like gingery, like fall flavors, definitely try out a turmeric latte. So you can of course get regular turmeric that I use all the time, especially when I'm making tofu scramble, because it gives the tofu scramble that like yellowish color that eggs typically have. I even put regular turmeric into my smoothies just because turmeric is a really good way to decrease inflammation in the body. So in turn, I found that turmeric and turmeric blends such as this one have really helped clear my skin over time, and also just just bring out some like natural glow. Next is nutritional yeast. I hardly have any left. I really do need to get some more, but I've just forgotten to pick some up. It's kind of like a little flaky, it honestly kind of looks like fish food, but like don't be put off by that because it actually tastes really good. It has kind of like a nutty, cheesy taste to it. So many times you'll find nutritional yeast in any type of plant-based like mac and cheese, or some people even put it on top of their pizzas. I always sprinkle some on my pasta or in my tofu scramble. On top of salads is really good as well. And just a little fact about this, it's also very commonly called nooch in the vegan community, which I just think is funny. So nutritional yeast is loaded with protein, fiber, B vitamins, and a wide variety of minerals. So it's really good and it tastes really good. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is carob powder. This one I really only use in baking or if I'm making a kind of chocolatey, caramely smoothie. But I know that for people that are trying to consume less cacao powder, since I know that some people are very sensitive to the caffeine in it, this is caffeine free, so it's a good alternative for that purpose. But yeah, I don't really use it that often, but it tastes and smells so good. It's kind of like a cross between caramel and chocolate. So I personally just love the flavor, and I very commonly put it in chia pudding as well. Carob powder is really high in antioxidants, fiber, and calcium, so it's a perfect little superfood. Those are all of my staple superfood ingredients. I hope you enjoyed today's video and I hope you learned something from it. Maybe you're gonna try out some of these superfoods. I really hope you do, because they are honestly things that are just like staples in my diet now. I always have these on a daily basis. Maybe not all of them together, but at some time throughout the week I'm having every single one of these. I also want to mention that if you are going to buy any of these superfoods, or any superfoods for that matter, definitely check Amazon first, because if you go to your local health food store, I can guarantee you it's going to be so much more expensive and you're going to get a lot less for that money. Typically on Amazon you can get things in bulk for a lot lower cost. It's also better for the environment because you're not going through as much packaging. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. You can subscribe and tick the bell icon to get notified every time I upload a new video. And you can follow me on Instagram at genevieve.mason, because all of this really does support me on my journey, and I hope to see you in my next video.
Your perfect face, not to mention your perfect body, elegance, the way you move while you're dancing.